Hello, everyone. Take two. Hopefully you can hear me this time. Can you hear me? Please comment in the chat if you can or if you can't. Awesome. Thank you, Whitman-Walker. Today we're going to be talking about Black History Month and ways to celebrate it and honor it beyond just February. Hey, Corey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. How's everything going?
It's going good. Gonna go outside a little bit later today. I think it's supposed to be in the 60s or so. So excited for that.
Yes. I just got down here to Virginia. I had to come and see my grandmother.
Oh, nice. I love some grandma time. But yeah, if folks have plans for the weekend, please tell us about them in the chat, or if you're doing anything to kind of bring in these last few days of Black History Month, we'd love to know about them. But today's live, again, is about celebrating Black History Month beyond just February and ways that you can honor and celebrate and uplift Black stories, legacies, and lives.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up really quick, Jewel. If you want to go ahead and start,
Sounds
it
good.
would be great.
My name is Jewel. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I'm joined by my colleague Corey.
Hello, my name is Corey Haskett. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I am joined by my colleague Jewel on today. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Whitman-Walker's Community Health Department has expanded its outreach efforts to social media platforms. We cover various topics about HIV, STI, sexual health practices, access to care, social determinants of health, and public health interventions. The community health team is here to educate and support you. Okay, so what is Black History Month? Every February, the U.S. honors the contributions, sacrifices of African Americans who have helped shape the nation. Black History Month celebrates the rich cultural heritage, triumphs, and adversities that are an inevitable part of our country's history. Black History Month is the full 28 days where people of African American descent are able to honor and remember our true history. Black history is American history. The next question is, how has it been celebrated or celebrated historically? So first, there was Negro History Week. Critics have long argued that Black history has been taught and celebrated year-round, not just during one month. It was Carter G. Woodson, the father of Black history, who set out in 1926 to designate a time to promote and educate people about Black history and culture. According to W. Marvin Dunley, he is a historian and president of the Association of Study of African American Life and History. Woodson envisioned a week-long celebration to encourage the coordination teaching of Black history in public schools. He designated the second week of February as Negro History Week and galvanized fellow historians about the Association of the Study of Negro Life and History, which he founded in 1915. The ideal wasn't to place limitations, but really to focus on broaden the nation's consciousness. Carter G. Woodson was an American historian, a scholar and the founder of Association of the Negro Life and History. Woodson was instrumental in launching Negro History Week in 1926. Woodson's goals from the very beginning was to take celebrations of Black history in the field of history a serious area of study, said Albert Bourgeois, a professor of African American history at Texas A&M University. The ideal even eventually grew into acceptance by the 1960s. Negro History Week had evolved into what was known as Black History Month. Protests around racial injustice, inequality, and anti-imperialism that were occurring in many parts of the U.S. were pivotal to the change. Are you following along? I kind of did a little extensive history. I wanted to kind of like break it down all the way. 50 years after the first celebration, President Gerald R. Ford officially recognized Black History Month during the country's 1976 bicentennial. Excuse me. Ford called upon Americans to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavors throughout our history. Black history has celebrated in many different ways for the spiritual to give time to honor and celebrate ancestry and have ceremonies to do so. For the ordinary African American, a lot of knowledge is passed down. A lot of times people just choose to give thanks for the time and energy given to the improvement of our futures, such as Dr. Martin Luther King and Harriet Tubman. So that is a little bit of history and how it used to be celebrated when Black History first evolved from a week into now what we have is Black History Month. So remembering that Black history is being made every day. Black history is all around the world from shore to shore. New findings of historical times are being brought to the light, showing that Black people were the root. Black history is always being made in education, politics, sports, architecture, and more. Black history is world history. For example, 2021, Kamala Harris became the first Black woman vice president in the history of America.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that rundown and breakdown of how Black History Month came to be here in the U.S. So shifting gears a little bit, we want to talk about how you can invest in Black futures and uplift Black futures. So after the murder of George Floyd in June 2020, we saw many companies who started to examine how they could protect and support Black lives beyond just hanging Black Lives Matter signs in their windows or posting a similar message online. Today, we see an influx of grant opportunities for Black entrepreneurs, as well as just more opportunities for Black creatives to tell our stories and to execute their mediums for storytelling and art while honoring their vision and art. With creatives like Issa Rae opening the door for more Black creatives in spaces like HBO, we're seeing greater investment in Black artists and Black produced media. Currently, I am really enjoying Quinta Brunson's Abbott Elementary and Phil Augusta Jackson's Grand Crew as TV shows that if you haven't checked them out, definitely check them out. All that said, here are a few resources that invest in Black futures by creating grant opportunities for Black businesses and Black entrepreneurs. So first up, we've got the SBA 8A Business Development Program. And while this technically isn't a grant program, it's also not one of the several and highly coveted loan programs for which the SBA or Small Business Administration is known for. It's actually a business assistance program that aids economically and socially disadvantaged business owners in securing government contracts. Each year, the federal government aims to set aside 5% of its annual contracting budget to small businesses that are owned and operated by marginalized entrepreneurs. The SBA 8A program provides such entrepreneurs the support they need to win those contracts and without competition. Participating entrepreneurs can also receive assistance and training to help them navigate their businesses beyond securing government contracts. So super cool. We also have the NACE Growth Grants. Founded in 1981, the National Association for the Self-Employed, or NACE, is the nation's largest nonpartisan association dedicated to supporting entrepreneurs and microbusinesses. One way the organization supports the smallest of small business owners is through its grant program. This program awards NACE members up to $4,000 to finance a particular need, whether that's purchasing equipment, hiring staff, launching a marketing plan, or another approved purpose. Finally, we have the Minority Business Development Agency, or the MBDA. They are a federal agency that supports the establishment and growth of minority-owned businesses in the U.S. And similar to the SBA, the MBDA has over 40 physical locations across the country where minority entrepreneurs can seek financial assistance and business consulting. And then additionally, as one of the fastest growing communities of entrepreneurs, I just wanted to share a few additional websites and resources with grant opportunities for Black women entrepreneurs. They include grantsforwomen.org, essence.com, ifundwomen.com, femalefoundersfund.com, and blackgirlventures.org. And just wanted to also give a special shout out to Black Girl Ventures. We were fortunate enough to partner with them on one of our annual Pride Women's parties, maybe like 5 years ago now, pre-pandemic. So just really excited to see all that they are doing to continue to support Black women entrepreneurs and to help keep growing Black women businesses. As we continue to kind of celebrate this month as it comes to an end, we just wanted to remind folks that, you know, you don't have to celebrate Black lives, history, legacies, and stories just in February. And so here are a few ways that you can celebrate Black history and Black futures moving forward. You can dedicate yourself to attending one art exhibition or event by a Black creative a month. You can schedule your seasonal visit to the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture. You can sign up for the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture's mailing list to keep up to date with the latest events, book talks, and more out of the New York Public Library. You can check out events going on at the DC Public Library. This month, they've had an array of programming dedicated to Black history, but have events, education, and resources available year-round. You can purchase art from an up-and-coming Black creative. You know, in supporting their work now, you help support their future work. You can also hit the donate link on a Black creative's profile or website and make a gift. Again, your support helps pave the way to the completion of a project for them. And, you know, if purchasing or donating is beyond how you can support, you can just share their artwork and be sure to tag them. And whenever you share creative artworks, it's important to credit the creator. Finally, we want to share a few ways to honor Black history and legacies. You can commit to educating yourself on one new history maker monthly. You can educate your community and loved ones on someone you found inspiring and share the lessons that you intend to apply to your life moving forward. Or you can read a book by a Black writer and or share their creative work that is by a Black writer. All in all, just keep on helping to spread the word and legacy and work of Black creators by sharing their work in their own voice. We want to wish you all a happy Black History Month and Black Futures Month, and don't forget that you can celebrate Black lives, Black stories, Black legacies, and successes year-round. Corey, I just wanted to ask you, how do you celebrate Black history year-round?
So how I celebrate Black history year round, I continue to just believe in myself and push myself forward. Like, I want to make my ancestors proud for the Blackness in me, and just be proud of who I am. And I try to uplift others, like other people of color. I try to uplift them and I try to move forward. Yeah, that's how I celebrate, and I do a lot of education too. I just try to broaden my horizons on who we are as a people and where we truly came from.
Awesome. Likewise, I definitely spend a lot of time these days trying to consume literature from Black authors and Black writers, as well as media from Black creatives, and just trying to support smaller Black businesses. Like, I love going to a farmer's market or different kinds of markets in the city and just kind of checking out what folks have to offer and supporting their businesses by making a purchase. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Because we're still living in the COVID-19 pandemic, before we go, we've got to talk about some COVID-19 prevention strategies. So if you've already gotten vaccinated, congratulations. You've taken a really important step to preventing yourself, your loved ones, and your communities from illness. We've gone through multiple waves of variants and they continue to soar across the US. So it's totally understandable if you might want to keep wearing your mask, as the vaccine isn't 100% effective at preventing new COVID-19 infections. But the vaccine is helpful in keeping you pretty healthy if you do get COVID, and keeping you out of the hospital if you get COVID. Also, we know there are some mask mandates that are being lifted again. You should wear your mask as it makes sense for kind of who you're going to be around and keeping yourself safe during this time. If you haven't been vaccinated and you're looking for an appointment, Whitman-Walker Health has COVID-19 vaccine available. Everyone ages 12 and up are eligible to receive the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, and everyone ages 16 and up are eligible to receive a COVID-19 vaccine. Please reach out to us at 202-207-2480 to make an appointment. Again, that's 202-207-2480. And if you're having trouble making an appointment with us, or you're located in a different part of the city, here are some additional resources and phone numbers. So for DC residents, you can find information on COVID-19 vaccine walk-up locations and eligibility at vaccinate.dc.gov or by calling 1-855-363-0333. You can also track the speed of a COVID-19 vaccination line by visiting coronavirus.dc.gov/don't-wait. For Maryland residents, you can learn more about the Maryland vaccine distribution process and schedule a vaccination appointment at covidlink.maryland.gov or by calling 1-855-634-6829. If you live in Prince George's County or Montgomery County, you can visit their registration portals online. And then for Montgomery County residents, you can call 240-777-0311 to schedule your vaccine appointment. For Virginia residents, learn more about the Virginia vaccine distribution process and schedule a vaccination appointment by visiting vaccinate.virginia.gov or by calling 1-877-829-4682. And if you haven't been vaccinated and you're not interested in getting vaccinated, please continue to follow CDC guidelines for mask wearing, quarantining, social distancing, and the like. It's very important that you consider getting the vaccine and discuss COVID precautionary measures with those around you, but be mindful of mask and keeping your distance from others, especially if you don't know if they have been vaccinated or not. Please remember to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Whitman-Walker, and check our website, www.whitman-walker.org, for the most up-to-date information on services available through our locations. And then, of course, for more COVID-19 resources and general Whitman-Walker services, you can give us a call at 202-797-4439. You can follow along with our other programs in Whitman-Walker family at Real Talk DC _ and at No Filter DC. Thank you all for your time, and we're wishing you a happy Black History and Black Futures 2022.
Yes, thank you all for tuning in. This is Chunk Papa with the Walker Community Engagement Team. We look forward to bringing you much more topics. So, yeah, this was great. It's always a pleasure to you. So,
you as well. Enjoy time with your grandma. All right. Bye, everyone. Happy Friday.